All right, let's talk about the future of the internet. Because right now, there's a huge battle brewing between two completely different ideas. You've got SpaceX's Starlink beaming internet down from space, and then you have the community-powered DAWN network building it from the ground up.
But this goes way beyond just who has the fastest download speeds. We're talking about something much, much bigger here. And it all boils down to one simple but kind of radical question. What's the real difference between just buying your internet and actually owning it?
Okay, so let's get into it. You might think, hey, they both get me on Netflix, right? And yeah, sure. But how they do it? They're totally different worlds. It really is a tale of two networks. First up, we've got Starlink. I mean, who hasn't heard of it, right? The concept is pretty straightforward. You buy their gear, you pay them every month, and boom, internet from space gets beamed right down to a little dish at your house. It's a service you subscribe to, just like your cell phone plan. But then, you've got DAWN Internet. And this is where things get really interesting because it's a completely different way of thinking. You're not just subscribing to a service here. You are actually owning a piece of the network itself. It's all ground-based, a mesh network that you and your neighbors literally build and share together. And this visual right here, it just lays it all out perfectly. You can see DAWN's ground-to-ground web connecting neighbor to neighbor. And then you see Starlink's model, beaming from satellites way up in space down to Earth. One is grassroots, built by the community for the community. The other, a massive global service from a tech giant. Okay, so let's put them head to head. What about the stuff that really matters to you? The cost, the speed, and maybe most importantly, who's actually in charge? Let's dive in. First things first, let's talk money. With Starlink, you've got a pretty hefty upfront cost just to get in the door. We're talking $599 for the hardware. And that's just the beginning. On top of that, get ready for a monthly bill of around $120 every single month. This chart really spells out the differences. You see Starlink over here, it's a classic subscription service. And because that signal has to travel all the way up to space and back down, you're going to have higher latency. That's the lag you feel in online gaming. But DAWN, totally different. It's owned by you, the user. They have this cool earn-to-connect model, so you can actually earn rewards by sharing your connection. And since it's all local, that latency is super, super low. So after all that, you're probably thinking, okay, just tell me, which one's better? But hold on, maybe that's not even the right question to be asking. What if the answer isn't choosing one or the other? And this is where we get to the really mind-blowing part. The ultimate internet setup, the real power user move, might actually be using both of them together. And the way it works is actually brilliant and surprisingly simple. Step 1, you get that big, powerful internet pipe from space using Starlink. This is perfect if you're out in the middle of nowhere with no other options. Step 2, you use a DAWN device to share that internet on the ground. And just like that, step 3, you've basically become your own little neighborhood internet provider. Check out this diagram. It shows you exactly what I'm talking about. The Starlink dish on the roof, that's your main pipeline, pulling in all that data from the satellites. Then it plugs right into the DAWN black box. And that little box is the magic. It creates a local mesh network, spreading that internet to your neighbors. And the best part, you're earning rewards for doing it. So why on earth would you do this? Well, the reasons are actually pretty awesome. First off, those rewards you earn from DAWN, they can help pay for that pricey Starlink bill. Second, you're extending internet access to your neighbors, people who might not have it otherwise. And finally, you're building something bigger, a stronger, more resilient community network that you guys actually own and control. And all of this leads to one big, fascinating question. Is this what the future of the internet looks like? A future where we're not just passive customers buying a service, but instead a wild hybrid model, a decentralized, community-owned network on the ground, getting its main connection beamed down from space. Kind of makes you think, doesn't it?
Praise the sun.